That's really important. We set our goals at the beginning of the year and we wanted that automatic promotion. And that's probably looking too difficult now, let's be honest. They spent a hell of a lot of money and they're playing really well and they're playing some good rugby. They're the team to catch. You never know in rugby league. But if we can't catch them, we need to finish the position below them. And we're going to put everything we can into that. It's great knowing that one more win gives us the playoffs, but we want to be as high as we can in them playoffs. We want home advantage. And we only want to play one and get through to that final, fingers crossed. So yeah, it's really important we finish as high as we can.
Allan, a big thank you for joining us. And before we get to the Cornwall match this weekend, just a big congratulations for that fine performance last week against the Midlands Hurricanes in very hot conditions, but a very good performance.
Yeah, it was good. There was a few bits we wasn't happy with, as most coaches are in every game, but I thought that last 20 minutes, especially in the heat and how much fatigue it takes out of you, we showed some real quality and how we executed our end of sets. And, I think if you speak to the Midlands coach, I think he said at the end of the game, but wow, that last 15, 20 minutes, it was unplayable. So that's always pleasing to hear. We'll take all them positives with us and we'll also work on the things we're not happy with.
4 tries for George Roby in the game. I mean, how good was his performance?
Yeah, he's nicknamed the Badger, they're calling him now. He's burrowing over from everywhere. So, no, he's a great kid. It's great to have him on board. I think we're being part of his development, which is really important. Speaking to Ian Watson at Huddersfield, they've been great with us. George is a talented young man and he'll get his time in Super League, I've no doubt. But for the time being, his time's with us and we're going to enjoy every minute we get with him. And
we're heading into a busy period here. And, you look at what Roby did there. Jack Hansen again, a brilliant try from him. Abraham's kicking, flawless. So what's the mood in the squad like as we head towards August and this next phase of the competition?
Yeah, you just spoke about them players then. They're all going well. I think Dan's not missed a kick since the Oldham game. Our kit man was telling me, which is some achievement really. Not many in any division can have that record. We've got to focus on things ahead, but we've also got to focus on the build up to it each week. And we're in this division, you play mixed abilities, and it's real difficult, and people don't think it is. And so we've got to do our own work, and we've got the talent. We've certainly got the players to focus on each game as it comes, 1 week at a time.
And off the pitch, we should mention the club's continuing its cracking work. Part of a double header, wasn't it, last weekend with the Swinton Lionesses, who are currently top of League One in the women's game, taking on Rochdale. They picked up a good win. So a good vibe more generally at the club at the moment.
Yeah, brilliant. All the board and the volunteers are doing a fantastic job. The ladies are flying, which is great to see. We're doing well. We can be better, but the club's in a good position at the moment. I know it's not in the division they want, and fingers crossed both teams can get promoted out of the current divisions they're in.
Well, that was the plan, wasn't it? To bounce back as quickly as possible back to Betfred Championship. That takes us to this playoff race at the moment. By my maths, and I know we've spoken before about this, Allan, I've worked it out. I'm 100% correct here. It's 13 points to gap with 14 points available. So a win this weekend would seal it with regards to a playoff berth. It's just about how high you can get now.
Yeah, and that's really important. We set our goals at the beginning of the year and we wanted that automatic promotion. And that's probably looking too difficult now, let's be honest. They spent a hell of a lot of money and they're playing really well and they're playing some good rugby. They're the team to catch. You never know in rugby league. But if we can't catch them, we need to finish the position below them. And we're going to put everything we can into that. It's great knowing that one more win gives us the playoffs, but we want to be as high as we can in them playoffs. We want home advantage. And we only want to play one and get through to that final, fingers crossed. So, yeah, it's really important. We finish as high as we can.
And with regards to those other teams who are likely going to be in the playoffs, looking at the league table, I watched the match between yourselves and Rochdale a few weeks back. pretty good performance from Swinton in that game. But, you know, a couple of weeks ago, the Doncaster defeat. So, I mean, there's not much separating everyone, is there, in all fairness?
No, and they're probably a form team at the moment, Doncaster. They're flying, and they've beat us away, they beat North Wales away, they give Oldham a good tonking. They've got some quality players in the team. Rochdale, quality players. Ourselves, quality. Crusaders, quality. There's nothing much in any of them. I think it's going to be an exciting playoff, certainly, for the neutral. We've just got to be at the races, and you know we've got to turn up in these big occasions. But before that, we've got to get to these big occasions. So that means beating your Cornwalls, your West Wales, and teams like that. We've got to focus on them first before we move on to the big guns.
And we saw that, didn't we, with the Midlands Hurricanes? You touched upon it already. I mean, they scored 22 points last weekend, which isn't too shabby in all fairness. And Cornwall, you know, they've been scoring plenty of tries this season. So tough test this weekend.
Very tough. You know, they're a team who score points apart from last week against Keighley, and not many scoring points against Keighley, to be honest. You know, let's not kid ourselves on that. But you know, most teams are scoring 2, 3, maybe 4 tries, and they're a team that never goes away. Neil Kelly deserves a hell of a lot of credit. They've got some guys who's, you know, taking an opportunity at the pro game, and it's working, and they're getting good crowds. We're certainly looking forward to it. I can't wait personally. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think it's brilliant for the game. Apart from Saturday, when we play them, I wish them every luck in every game they play, because, you know, they're a team, new team, and things like that need help and development from all the clubs as well.
And final question, Alan, just touching upon, you know, this month of August coming up, a busy month for the club. Hopefully, decent crowds down at Haywood Road as well, cheering you on, as well as a good away following, starting off with this weekend.
Yeah, they're good. Our fans are great, especially travelling away. They're superb, you know, and they're very vocal, and we hear them, and it's massive for us as a team. We've only lost one away game, and that shows, because they really get behind us. I've no doubt in the big home games, what's coming up, they're going to get behind us, and if we can get a few more neutrals, some Super League, you know, supporters who live local to where we are, and guarantee you a good game of rugby at a cracking value. So yeah, more support will help us, certainly.
Well, Allan Coleman, head coach at the Swinton Lions, big thank you for taking the time out your busy day to join us this week, and all the best this weekend. A safe journey down to Cornwall and back again.
Cheers, Ben. Thank you.